up, though? What's happening? What's happening? Come on into the room. Click the like. Click the share. I shouldn't even have to say it every time I go live. Y'all sure already know YouTube etiquette by now. But if you don't, sometimes it's good to repeat that, especially for the newcomers, right? What up, though? I can't really pay attention too much who in the chat, but I am going to be reviewing y'all chats in a minute. But let me just address this right quick, right? I would usually say shout out, but today, since you want attention, right? I'm gonna offer you the opportunity of a lifetime. Shout out to Manuel, right? Let me go ahead and give you a little something right quick. Little buddy. Manuel, little buddy. I really got y'all in y'all bag, right? Let me ask you this question because I'm trying to gain understanding. If being a husband is not a flex, if being married isn't a flex, then why do y'all get so upset about being called baby daddies? Help me understand. Why do y'all get so up? And then to the women as well, right? If being a wife is not a flex, why do y'all get upset about being called baby mamas? One of these things just don't belong here, right? And what I'm starting to see is that being called a baby daddy and being called a baby mama, it hurts you in your feelings. But then y'all be the same people to turn around and say, oh, being married ain't a flex. I find it funny that it's a whole bunch of single people that do nothing but sit around and talk about how bad marriage is, but you ain't never been married before. As a matter of fact, here, let me correct my statement. You've never been in a successful marriage. Some of y'all just get married for show. That's why a lot of y'all is up in the situations that y'all in right now. Some of y'all get married. Bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Learn how to drive. Learn how to drive, big homie. Some of y'all been married for 30 days. Some of y'all be married for even less. But you got the audacity to come out here and say that me critiquing some of the belief systems that y'all have put into place because y'all have hung on to the new age manosphere and the new wave of black manosphere. I guess some of y'all got it twisted. Well, let me go ahead and offer you this little opportunity so you can gain some sound understanding, young man. The majority of y'all dudes that's following behind the so-called gospel of Kevin, a lot of y'all dudes who aren't married are complaining about, and you are doing everything and saying everything that you can to swage everyone else into not getting married. Here's the problem. A lot of y'all is baby daddies. Most of y'all don't even have sex. This is according to y'all logic, right? According to y'all logic, the 80-20 rule, 80% of y'all not even have access to women. And you mad at me for what? Y'all would rather sit around and come up with a cavalcade of excuses of why it is that you're not a man. So I'll go with your premise. Man, that dude don't know what he talking about. Being married is not a flex. Okay, cool. I'll accept your premise. So being a baby daddy is? Being single is? And like I heard the question the other day, why is it that just because you single, you want you think everybody else needs to be single? Will that finally make you happy? I'm trying to understand. Will you finally be happy when everybody else is single just like you? Or are you just that disturbed and upset that it must be that way? See, I ain't never came out here and said that you have to be married. But I also never been out here saying that it's best to be single and never get married. No. if you cannot find a suitable mate, if you cannot find someone who respects you for who you are and love you for everything that you are, then no, don't get married. But if you out here dropping off pipe in every pair of walking legs that walk by you, and you out here creating babies and messing up homes, you think that should be celebrated and glorified? The mentality needs heavy work, right? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is why I said a lot of y'all don't need defending. Y'all just need help. And I don't know what type of help y'all need. Because whatever it is that y'all been getting, I'm telling you right now, y'all are suffering from a psychosocial development, which is causing y'all to regress in your growth. Psychologically, a lot of y'all so-called men is not really moving the way that you're supposed to be moving. And I see what the real problem is. A lot of y'all don't want to be accountable. You don't want to be responsible. And you've shown that by way of your actions and how it is that you move. And the children that you created and the homes that you've destroyed. But yet you want someone to give you a high five and a slap on the back and a golden, a smiley face sticker just because you had the ability to create a baby. Creating a baby is easy. Taking care of the baby, that's a different thing. Having a baby with a woman is easy. Actually staying with that woman and building a relationship, having that family unit, that strong foundation where that child can grow and strive in life, that's a different story. So a lot of y'all don't want to do that. So responsibility and accountability is more expensive than the shit that you buy and the debt that you created. See, it's this thing called emotions that a lot of y'all don't want to be tied to when it comes to dealing with yourselves. That's why a lot of y'all don't looking at their mirror. Huh? Almond says, gotta stop blaming Kevin. He never hated women and called these clowns out. Well, that's the thing, right? It's not even about blaming Kevin. What they did was, this is what they did. They took Kevin's words and they twisted it to fit their narrative. You see what I'm saying? Because they needed for Kevin to be the representator. Just, oh, well, Kevin got 1 million subs. Everybody listen to Kevin. You can't, but nope. It's not gonna happen. What up, Malcolm? What up, Kills? Yeah, it's shots fired my way, but my thing is this though. Y'all know every show I have dropped the link 90% of the time. These Negroes never pull up. But they comfortable being down in the comment section. They like going to other people's channels, right? They say if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. They like going to other people's channels trying to say little salacious shit, trying to say little slick shit, but they don't never pull up, like John Galt, like Manuel, right? Jay Prince, these people, Victor, these people never pull up. And some of them is even blocked to where they can't pull up. That's why they got to go to other people's channels just so they can be able to talk the shit that they got to talk. But my thing is this though, as a grown ass man, I'm moving different. I gotta stay away from idiocracy, man. That last little show that we did with Ruthless, I was just like, man, hell no. I can't deal with stupidity no more. I can't even, like, the people who I support. If I want to hit your panel, I'm gonna hit your panel. If the conversation goes left, I'm gonna just leave. They never pulled up. They never pull up. It's their pattern. They never showed up for Smoke Week when Kevin had them. Absolutely. You know what? You know why a lot of these dudes never showed up for Smoke Week when Kevin had them? Because they knew Kevin was gonna give them that work, right? This is one thing I can say about Kevin. Kevin didn't just have a constructive criticism for women. He had also a harsh constructive criticism for men. That's why a lot of them stopped showing up, because they didn't want to get that work. What up, Malcolm? A lot of them didn't want to get that work because they didn't want to get held accountable and responsible. Because you know why? What Kevin would do is Kevin will hold these niggas accountable, because Kevin seen something in these niggas that they didn't see in themselves, and that was that they hated women. You see what I'm saying? That's why these dudes don't pull up to panels or to hosts who don't allow that bullshit. That's why they feel comfortable going to other people's platforms where they allow them to say stupid shit just so they can get super chats and cash apps. And you know what? If that's how you run your skilo, do your thing, big homie. I'm not here to mess with nobody's business model, but I see it for what it is. A lot of these dudes is not going to pull up to where they can get actually held accountable and being told shut the fuck up because you acting like a little ass boy. Period. You acting like a child right now. So whenever y'all see somebody mentioning me on somebody else's platform, I'm not even gonna look at the host. I'm gonna look at the platform. Hey, listen, I'm not even gonna look at the platform. Look at the host like, okay. And it ain't nothing personal. It ain't even business. It's just you. If somebody got to say something to me, cool, fine. I have no problem. If somebody got something to say about me, I have no problem about it whatsoever. But the question is always gonna remain: how come you ain't never pull up to my show? You want to bring it to everybody else's show, you ain't ever pull up to my show. Huh? Like Manuel left a comment on Facebook. He like, oh, niggas get married and now they think they can flex. Huh? Help me understand something. If marriage is the ultimate goal of a relationship, what are you talking about? Being married is a flex. If marriage is not the goal of a relationship, why you fucking with it? If you just want to be a trick, bro, just be a trick. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. Ain't nobody gonna knock you for being a trick, ruthless. But don't get out here and try to influence other young men to not get married just because you want to be a trick. Go be a trick. Ruthless, here's the funny thing. Ruthless, I know you got money. A lot of niggas who may think like you may not have the money that you have. You're about to force that 80-20 to change to 90-10. But you talk about dangerous rhetoric, right? Got you. No, I'm not damaging, nor am I poisonous to the black community. I think anybody that's out here preaching that bullshit is. Anybody that's out here saying that dumb shit, there's the ones that's dangerous to the black community. What up, Brandon? Michael said, wait, ain't Ruthless married? Last time I heard, the nigga said he was not married. The last time I even interacted on anything related to Ruthless is when he was begging for old girl. He was begging old girl on the phone not to stop fucking with him. And that was on Ashton's panel. He was begging old girl. He was like, please don't leave. Come on now. Why you gotta do me like that? He was begging. And yet this is the same dude that's begging women to not stop messing with him. And he's the same guy to turn around and say that getting into marriage is not worth it. I mean, come on, man. Y'all got it twisted in the head, bro. What up, Andrew? Y'all got it twisted in the head. As a grown man, I'm not going to sit here and listen to a dude that's begging for a woman to stay and he don't want to put a ring on her finger. He don't want to make a commitment to her life. I'm not about to listen to a dude that's putting a baby up in a woman, yet he don't want to make her a wife. Come on, man. What are we talking about, dog? Being single has its benefits. Being married has its benefits. Listen, at the end of the day, whatever works for you is what works for you. Marriage ain't for everybody. Being single ain't for everybody. That's why a lot of y'all, I'm talking about you brothers, that's why a lot of y'all dudes is jumping from woman to woman to woman to woman. That's why you got multiple baby mamas. Because you don't like being alone. You don't like dealing with yourself. That's why you come to the internet and you want somebody else to handle your inequities because you can't handle your own. Just be honest about whether you want exactly. But see, honesty is the key, right? How can you expect for niggas to be honest on the internet when they can't even be honest with their children? How can you expect niggas to be honest on the internet when they can't even be honest with their peers? That's because the truth of the matter is flexing is lying. Listen. Y'all know how this go. Niggas gonna stunt until the day they die. That's how this goes. Niggas is gonna stunt nonstop. It's not a truthful bone in these dudes' bodies, man. That's the honest to God truth. There's no value in being honest with these. There's no value for these dudes to be honest. Brandon says, I'll pull up sometime. Me and my old lady's 22 years deep. Hey, I know that's right, goddammit. Where is this little girl at? But anyway, since Manuel and John Galt love to run around, Manuel ain't on YouTube. This nigga was on Facebook talking shit. And I am broadcasting this to Facebook. And Manuel still ain't dropped down in the chat. But since John Galt talking his little shit on other people's spaces, this is why I don't respect y'all niggas, man. Y'all don't even address the shit. Y'all just take it everywhere else. But anyway, I decided to pop out and give y'all that little bit. If it ain't directed, it ain't respected. To hell with you. Holla at y'all.